It's good to be back. Yeah, welcome to your regular sport program, 360 Sports. And a lot of people have been sending messages as regards to the fact that the whole world went on break, and it's good to have you back. As sport come gradually to life as a result of the lockdown across the major city where sport activities took place, from London to New York, down to Lagos here, a lot of sport activities has been coming back to life. So there was not so much as regards to sport events across the globe, but as the government has eased some of the conditions as regards to the lockdown, that's why we are here live from Lagos. We bring you your regular sport program on 360 Sport. My name still remains the same, Mudashiru Shitu. On today's segment of the program, we'll be talking to an athlete, a professional golf player, all the way from Uyo. She'll be talking to her from Skype, and we want to ask her how the lockdown, the COVID-19, has affected in a very, very more than 3 months. A lot of people have been indoor, not only sports personalities. Every sectors of the economy was on the lockdown. So Maya Udoka, she'll be speaking to us from Uyo, and she is a very good golf player. She has won many laurels as regards to some international tournaments, also outside in London and also here in Nigeria. But we won't be saying so much, but we'll be talking about how she was able to enjoy a moment, or how she was able to cope during the lockdown situation as a result of COVID-19. It's Miriam Udoka. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's good to have you on 360 Sport.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We want to talk about how the COVID-19 has affected you and has affected your career.
Well, I wouldn't say it hasn't affected me negatively. If I say it was a nice experience, I'll be lying to myself. As a golfer, I was so engulfed in these golfing activities. Golfing has been part of me. It has become me, So when the COVID-19 problems and everything that came up, I know it's a problem that has affected the whole world. It's not about Nigeria. Everyone is feeling this menace, So it wasn't easy to accept the fact that I was not going to be playing golf for some time, The lockdown came. It was announced that everyone should lock down, stay in, and it wasn't easy to accept the fact. It came as a shock, It has been part of me after my banking job, the banking hours. When I leave the office, the next thing is I'll be at the golf club. I'll be playing at the course every blessed day. So coming to announce that, everyone should stay in, everyone should be locked down, it wasn't really an easy thing. But at the end, I had accepted the fact that I had to stay safe. It was important that I comply. It wasn't easy, I can tell you. It was very difficult.
Marian, so what are you doing to keep fit under the lockdown? A lot of people have engaged themselves in regular exercises, not beyond their house environment. A lot of people still have opportunity to also gym and within the house, because you can't go outside at this period of time during the first 2 weeks of the lockdown. So what are you doing to keep yourself fit during the lockdown?
Actually, in the absence of golf, I thank God for my captain and the lady captain of my club, Ibom Golf and Country Club. They had to organize a sort of a session, a workout session for us, especially the people living around the estate. We stay quite close. So it was a good idea. It was a welcomed idea. So every morning we go out, we do a workout. At a time, because it wasn't a part of me, it wasn't what I loved doing, but I had to accept it because I needed to keep fit, Then what the most surprising thing is, that is when I noticed that I'm living in I have a very big space, in my compound. So I brought out my golf stuffs and I was still practicing, though I wasn't shooting the balls so that I would not get somebody's car screen, broken. So I was controlling it, but it wasn't really that game that I love. But at least the workout thing was helping me. Every morning we could go out. We do like 7,000 steps before I return to my house. It was a welcome development.
Yeah, it's so much interesting moments here. Yeah, definitely. Before I go to the next questions, because we want to let a lot of people understand the fact that you could still do many things even in this lockdown. Before I go to my third question, the last time we spoke, you told me about your daughter also going into golf. Is she also part of the whole exercise you've been doing during the lockdown? I'm sure you have a young daughter that she might also be a golfer in the future. Is she also part of all this exercise that you've talked about?
Actually, she wasn't part of the workout. She couldn't just do that workout. She's just 10 years old. So, but as I told you earlier, I live in an apartment where we have a very big field, where I just converted it into a mini range where I can throw my balls. So she was always making use of that. It was a very good opportunity for her to train at home. I call it a mini range. So she was always trained because her balls, she doesn't shoot balls. She's just coming up. So it was beautiful that I made her start playing at home.
Yes, interesting. Now, a lot of people learn a lot of lessons. Speaking to all the athletes through a phone call, they're also saying they've learned so many lessons, as apart from the fact that they're also professional athletes. What are the lessons, even those that are not sport personality, the lot of lessons they've learned as a result of this lockdown? What lesson did you learn? What lesson, so that a lot of people watching us right now could know that it's sort of like the positive side of staying locked down? What lesson have you learned during this lockdown?
Yeah, during the lockdown, it gave me the ample time to think right. Sometimes we have a talent we don't know we have. There are talents we have in us that we don't even know. We've not discovered ourselves. But during the lockdown, I was able to know that I could be multitasking in my extracurricular activities. Apart from the golf, and like I said, the workout thing, I was actually biking. I have a small bike at home. I could just bike, riding my bike around the estate. I did a whole lot of things, and that time I sat down. I said I could just take up something like a course. I came online, I registered for a course, and I'm not regretting what I did. A course on data analytics. This is something I wouldn't just plan. I would do it. And I did, because I had the time to think. Oh, I could just be multitasking. I could use this time and achieve something, so that after the lockdown, this thing will become useful to me. I was doing writing, I was doing the workout, and I was attending my lectures. Every Saturday I could have 4 hours marathon lectures, and it's really helping me. So the lockdown was actually good. I wouldn't really condemn it. I still thank God for COVID-19.
Yes, thank you so much. We're going on a quick break right now, Miriam Udoka. We're still on you. Don't go away right now, but we just want to go on a quick break. When we come back, I have two more questions we'll be asking you so that a lot of people who are aspiring to be golfers will learn from somebody who has won many laurels for Nigeria and also for our state. Enjoy this break.
On TV360, we don't just ask the questions. What is wrong with amending the Constitution the way the National Assembly members have been doing it? We seek answers.
The Constitution is constituent. Our problem is not lack of laws. Our problem is lack of the willpower to implement our laws.
Answers that provide clarity.
While we negotiate, we should try to make it a point that the girls must be complete.
The clarity you need to make informed judgment so that you can make the right decision and take action.
People are saying it is you politicians that are responsible for this, that you are the reason why this is happening. All these dullards that call themselves governors in this country.
I wish we had people like Tony at the National Assembly.
God forbid that I go to join that planet.
TV360, providing clarity to issues.
It's good to be back. What a wonderful moment we're having in the show. Still on with Mary Udoka, live from Uyo. Yet, if you want to be part of this program, our social media handles are still the same before the COVID-19 pandemic. So you could join us live, and you also want to talk to Mary Udoka. You could also join her via our own social media handle. Mary Udoka, are you still there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, Marian, now I'm going to ask you this question. A lot of people talk about golf like an elite sport that is not for everybody. Give us a brief history how you came across golf so that a lot of people out there could know that it's not just an elite sport. It's sports that everybody can get involved in. Give us a little bit how you came across golf.
Okay. Some few years back, I was a fan of golf and everything about golf. Yeah, you've just said it's about the elite. Yeah, it's true, but not totally. I want to totally accept it because if I say I accept that, it will scare people. People will be scared of joining. They will think, oh, because I'm not up to this, because I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire, that this game is not for me. It's not true. Yes, the top people, the elites are playing the game. Yeah. Mine was just a very different case. As I said earlier, I've always loved golf because I know that golf is classy. I love golf is a game of people of color, you know. So one day I just walked up to my boss then in the office. I said that I love golf, but I don't know how I'm going to join. That's my passion. I have a whole lot of passion for it. I've always wanted to play golf, but I do not know the way to the club and everything about it. He told me it's that simple. I said, I don't have the club set. Please, can you put me through? What I heard wasn't what I thought. He just introduced me. I went to the club. I made inquiries. I joined. I became a golfer. I know it's tasking. You will spend money. No matter how it is, you will spend money a little. But that shouldn't scare anybody. You know, like when I started, I did not have my own club set, and I think I wasn't even ready to buy. But a fellow golfer saw that this girl has passion for this game, and she needs help, and handed me an old clubs, which I started with. That was a good one. I did until I could acquire mine. And today the story is not the same. I still came to play golf out of depression. I used to be very depressed before. But golf took me out of that depression. My life has not been the same again. I play golf and I tend to forget about my problems. It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful place to be. I encourage people to play golf and not get scared of the word elite.
Interesting, interesting. I'm sure a lot of people watching us across the globe is getting so much inspiration from Marian Udoka. Before the pandemic that rocked the whole world and put us on a lockdown, there were plans of some sporting activities in golf, and you're also planning to be part of those events, some of the events outside the country. Now that there's a bit of ease in some parts of the country in Nigeria, what's your plan after the ease has been? Everybody has now been given the opportunity to go out and live their life as a full. What's your plan for the sport?
Yeah, shortly before the lockdown, we were planning to host a major tournament, both here in the club, Ibom Golf and Country Club, Akwa Ibom State. But unfortunately, we couldn't just do that because of the pandemic. We had another one. We were supposed to play in London, our normal yearly Noga game, the Nigerians and the Nigerians in UK. It was fixed for July. Everything was set. We had already bought our tickets. We were really set. We had warmed up for this major tournament, But because of the pandemic, everything was shifted. Like that one has been shifted to 2021. It's still going to be hosted in the United Kingdom, which I'm going to be part of it. So as the lockdown has been eased, in Akwa Ibom State in particular, it hasn't been eased totally, as in there are some things that shouldn't be done. Although golf is naturally a game of distancing. You don't come close to your partner. But for the benefit of every other person, every other citizens of the state to know that everyone must be a law-abiding citizen, the governor of the state, His Excellency Governor Odom Emmanuel, had shut down the golf section so that everyone can be home and stay safe. We are still hoping, by the grace of God, that this golf club will be opened so that every one of us can go back. We cannot wait to go back. I'm sure when everything is in place, when everything is going on well, the tournament will come up. I guess we will have the major tournament that was already planned, that was already on ground.
It's interesting. Yeah.
We hope
before we go on the program, time longer, my producer actually taking the time very close to me. You said Tiger Woods a role model. Why Tiger Woods? He has been through a lot as a golfer. He has won many PGA Tours and all that. Why Tiger? Why not other golfers as popular, Jordan Spieth and the rest of them, who has done good to themselves? Why did you choose Tiger Woods as your role model?
Yeah, Tiger has. I love Tiger Woods because when I went through his profile and the story of his life, we have a striking resemblance. Our storyline is almost the same, though not totally the same. But because I had a storyline where I was depressed, I have been rejected, I thought I wasn't going to make it, but things just suddenly turned for my good. And when I read about Tiger, the same thing happened. At a time he was rejected, he was in rehab, he lost a whole lot. He even lost his family. But he had a major comeback. Yeah, he did.
So that's
Great
why
men.
That's why you chose Tiger Woods as a role model. Yeah, a lot of people are listening to us across the globe. And what advice will you give upcoming golfers who want to continue the game? Advise them so that we can have many golfers like you across the states in Nigeria. What advice are you going to give to upcoming golfers?
Sorry, can you come again? Take that question again.
Thank you very much. Upcoming golfers, there are a lot of people that want to play golf professionally, amateur. They've been discouraged. The government is not helping enough. But you have, through your own depression, through your own challenge, you are now a golfer for your state and you've won many laurels for Nigeria. Give those young coming golfers advice on how to continue regardless to the challenges they are facing right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've been telling, like, in my state, there's a lot of people that come to me, Marianne, how do you do it? And how did you do it? Because I'm still doing it, you know. How did you just come out of your depression? How did you just make it? Suddenly you're known, you're playing golf, a whole lot of people know you. You go, when someone Googles your name, they'll see Marianne with a whole lot of trophies and everything. I told them it's just I was just dedicated to what I love doing. When you have passion for something, you will want to dedicate time for it, you know. I am a banker, but I don't allow my banking career to affect my golfing, my game, you understand? So I always advise, play, train, and you get there. And personally, I have always advised that, you know, I started some years now. I think I've changed about 4 clubs. I have a whole lot of sets packed in my house, and I'm ready to give out to encourage people to join golf, especially the female wing of the golf club, my club. We need a whole lot of female to join us. We just have few of us. And I don't know, a lot of people are scared, just like you said, it's a game for the elite. They wouldn't want to come, they feel they cannot spend money. Some of them will call me, they will chat me up. What does it take? When you start listing out, they say, no, I'm not ready. And I will say, come, I have a club set for you for a start. Once I hand over this, you will be encouraged. You will not even know when you swing into action and you will be there. Come. Do you know, up till now, for almost 2 years, I've been saying this. Nobody has made that bold step to just come collect this club and start. But I so wish they would just make that bold step and try. Golf is a game that it is very, very addictive. Once you start, you fall in love with it. You will do everything to keep it, and you want to play to the top and become a champion.
It's a wonderful moment, encouragement. Thank you, Marianne Udoka. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope that we can do this when there's the lockdown has actually gone totally, so that we can talk much about your future tournaments and the competition around you there. Thank you very much, Marianne Udoka.
Thank you very much.
Yes, this is all we could take on today's segment of 360 Sport. Let's don't forget our social media still remains the same. You can join us and continue sending us message. Definitely, there'll be a time we'll give you feedback of the message we can get through our YouTube, our Facebook page, and not forgetting our Twitter handle. Yes, for those of us just joining us, that's Marianne Udoka, a golf player residing in Uyo. She has been to many tournaments representing Akwa Ibom State, also representing Nigeria. And as a result of the COVID-19, there's been not much activity in the sporting world. But as the lockdown has been eased a bit in some states, there are much more interesting moments in the world of sport. My name remains Mudashiru Shitu. Like I do say at the end of every program, don't forget to continue following us on all our social media page on 360 Sport, and not forgetting on TV360. Same time next week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.